Since our government assumed office last year, Pakistan has taken tough decisions to surmount external challenges to our economy. We concluded a successful IFM program. The first few of the 37 months, 7 billion extended fund facility validates Pakistan's macroeconomic stabilization efforts and pursuit of structural reforms. Ladies and gentlemen, recent improvements in macroeconomic indicators are evident through improved current account balance, stable exchange rate, declining inflation, and rebuilding of forex reserves. Terrorism remains a challenge, but we are fighting back. Democracy is not only functioning, but thriving. The government is committed to human development with substantial investments in health, education, skill development, and social protection. In the realm of governance and political reform, we remain committed to deepening the rule of law, freedom of expression, and pluralism, values we share with the American people and ideals we hope to see upheld consistently. Ladies and gentlemen, our relationship with the United States is enduring, wide-ranging, and evolving. It has proved to be a consequential partnership. Whenever the two countries converged on global issues, be it the Cold War or the war on terror. We are encouraged by the upward trajectory in our bilateral partnership since President Trump assumed office. Earlier today, I held a very productive meeting with Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and we agreed on our shared commitment to deepen and broaden the Pak-US bilateral relationship. Our nations are coming closer, and we have made considerable progress already in a short span of 6 months. In his joint address to the Congress, President Trump recognized Pakistan's vital assistance in capturing Abbegate mastermind Sharifullah, Pakistan's significance for US national security in battling global terrorist outfits has been underscored by the US military leadership, more recently by Commander CENTCOM General Kurilla. Leadership exchanges are on the rise, as evidenced by May 2025 ceasefire between India and Pakistan. The US has emerged as a credible arbiter of peace and stability in South Asia. In rebooting our bilateral relationship for mutual benefit and win-win outcomes, our two sides have moved beyond a transactional lens. We are working constructively to finalize a trade deal soon. Dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, we value our economic partnership with the United States. We see trade, not just aid, as the future. The United States is the largest single country destination for Pakistani exports. Our cost-effective and quality textiles and apparel ensure keeping costs low for the households. This industry is also an example of a great partnership. Not many are aware that Pakistan is the second largest buyer of US cotton, contributing to the well-being of US farmers. Pakistan seeks better market access in the US. On our part, we are working towards granting greater market access to the US products in the large Pakistani market. Ladies and gentlemen, talks in this regard are underway. These include discussions on textiles, digital trade, and agriculture. We hope to conclude a mutually beneficial trade agreement at the earliest, hopefully in days, not in weeks. Jammu and Kashmir remains a close dispute between Pakistan and India. At the heart of this dispute lies adherence to the UN Security Council resolutions, reaffirming the right of self-determination to the Kashmiri people. India has illegally usurped this right for 7 decades and continues with this tyrannical occupation. India's unilateral actions in August 2019 were illegal and unilateral. Its actions to change demographics of this disputed region in contravention of the international law, including the Fourth Geneva Convention, are surely not acceptable to anyone who believes in justice, security, and peace. India uses the terrorism bogey to mislead the world and malign Pakistan. This is what happened on 22nd of April this year, when India instantaneously blamed Pakistan for the Pahalgam incident. The India-Pakistan standoff this May, sparked by a familiar pattern of escalation and mutual distrust, brought the region dangerously close to the brink. Once again, crisis diplomacy, back-channel communications, international engagement, particularly from the United States and friendly countries, played a critical role in de-escalation. We are thankful to President Trump, Secretary Rubio, and his team for facilitating the ceasefire between India and Pakistan. We are committed to sustaining it. Unlike our neighbor and its leadership, you won't have heard any political rhetoric saying that this is a temporary, we are going to roll out the real one. No, we believe in peace, and we never escalated as a first mover. We only acted both in the skies and on the ground in self-defense as per the Charter, Article 51 of the UN Charter. What we need is a sustainable architecture of peace in South Asia, an architecture in which the United States, as a global power and historic partner to both nations, can play a constructive and stabilizing role. Pakistan does not seek conflict with any of its neighbors. Our vision is not rooted in rivalry, but in regional connectivity. Regional peace, however, will remain elusive until all parties, including India, commit to a dialogue and dispute resolution in good faith and under international norms. The new normal which India tried to establish has been buried between 7th and 10th of May. The claim of supremacy, the claim of hegemony, the claim of net security provider were just gone. In this regard, I want to underscore the importance of credible, continued US engagement. This includes strategic dialogue, but also military-to-military coordination, counter-terrorism cooperation, and importantly, clear-eyed diplomacy that recognizes both the risks of disengagement and the potential of balanced involvement. Well, I think first of all, we have to start with mutual trust and stop the blame game. We saw in Pulwama, it started with blame game. A great friend, India, reached out to the international capitals, sold his narrative, and convinced them it was Pakistan. And till date, there is no proof which has been established that Pakistan was involved in Pulwama incident. But what did we see at the end? The end was the decades-old United Nations Security Council resolution binned, the constitutionally accepted the status of Jammu and Kashmir under Article 370, removed and deleted from the Constitution, and declaring the disputed territory of Jammu and Kashmir, waiting for the right of exercising right of self-determination, just all of a sudden has union territories. Now this cannot, you see, there has to be honesty of purpose. We both have to work, so we are ready to work for the terrorism. Against the terrorism, we should joint efforts, all the countries. And we are the biggest victim. We have fought the world war against terrorism. We were the frontline, fighters. We lost 80,000 lives. We had 152 billion of US dollars losses, economic losses, minimum. Our total debt and liabilities external is 130 billion. So nobody should tell us that we are not serious in, and we eradicated terrorism. 2013 to 2017, if you see the data, 2012 close and 2017, it was our political party's government in Pakistan. Prime Minister was Mr. Nawaz Sharif. I was Finance Minister of Pakistan. I was financing all that, hundreds of billions. The US leadership at that time used to say that if General Musharraf couldn't do this great job, couldn't have the courage, Benazir Bhutto couldn't start it, if this government of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif does this job, it would be a great service to the world history. And we did it. We delivered.
Talk about the conflict with India. There was a point where there was dialogue, obviously. More than a decade ago, there were actually genuine discussions, all sorts of confidence building and exchanges, and then, of course, that receded. Do you see that as a possibility again? And are there steps, concrete steps Pakistan could take to bring back that dialogue that existed before?
Well, it takes two to tango. We can't unilaterally do it. We are willing. 10th of May, when our operation in defense of our own, sovereignty, protection of sovereignty and territorial integrity ended. It was around 7:45 a.m. Pakistan time. I had a call from Secretary Rubio around between 8:15 and 8:20. India is ready to cease fire. Are you ready? I said, we never wanted to start. We never wanted to start. If we had anything to do, we would not have offered within 3 days an independent international investigation of Pahalgam incidents, number one. Number two, down the line, in the process, we proved that the statements by India, they're still on the website of their Foreign Office statement, that Pakistan attacked 15 military installations. We had attacked none at that time. So you see, and Secretary Rubio told me that I'm going to confirm to Jaishankar your acceptance of the ceasefire, and there will be very soon a dialogue between the two at a neutral place. We are waiting for that. So we are ready, obviously, but the dialogue has to be composite dialogue that will be meaningful. We will discuss counterterrorism, people will discuss economy, we'll discuss trade, we'll discuss Jammu and Kashmir. We have to have the whole spectrum of subjects to be discussed on this. So we are ready. You see, it is obviously sovereign decision of United States. They have designated TRF. We have no issue. And we welcome if they have any evidence that it is involved. But linking it to the Lashkar-e-Taiba, LeT, is wrong. That outfit was dismantled years ago by Pakistan. The actors were prosecuted, arrested, jailed, and the entire outfit of LeT was destroyed and is no more there. So if it is an independent entity, TRF, and the US authorities have any evidence that they were involved, we have no objection to that. Obviously, it's a sovereign state decision. But surely, I can guarantee you that this TRF has nothing to do with the Lashkar-e-Taiba, LeT, which has become defunct years ago. I remember when I was finance minister 2013, 17, it was all actions were taken at that time.
Did this come up today in your discussions with Secretary Rubio and the other officials?
Well, because we have not objected to this thing. Surely, this is their sovereign right, and I'm sure they would have substantial evidence. They would not have done it only to please India. India has been dying to do it, but linking it to a defunct, outfit, that is unfair. We are okay. We have no issue at all.
So your country now buys a huge amount of military hardware from China. You've talked about balancing China and the US, these two superpowers in this intense competition. But if you're buying most of your weapons from China, does that hamper your relationship with the US? Does it kind of cripple even the possibilities for the future?
It shouldn't. Why should it?
Well, the US sees China as a serious threat.
It's a matter of who gives a better deal. It's as simple as that. And we have such a strong... We should not be seeing the relationship with the lens of other country. It has to be standalone. And I did say we have great strategic relationship with China, but we have long-lasting friendship with the US all the time. So this is objective, and this is the goal of our government to upscale the relationship back to where it used to touch the high points. So it must not be transactional that, lows, we are in Cold War together, and then their lows come, and then again we have a better, cooperation, partnership because of the war on terrorism. All these phases we have seen. But we are doing our best to make it strategically economic cooperation and long-term partnership. This is our objective.
I was just going to say, during the Cold War, countries had to choose sides.
Sure.
And some people are now saying this is something akin to the Cold War, maybe slightly different, but a lot of tension between China and the US. So that's why I'm asking, it must be very difficult at times now, because both countries kind of want you to choose.
Well, I think we have played the role of, bridge between the two countries in the past, and we can do the same. We can bring the two countries closer, and I think that will be win-win for the globe. You will get millions and millions out of poverty, and that would be very positive. So let's see from the positive angle instead of seeing from a narrow negative angle. Obviously, one can always find something fishy if you want to think negative. So we are very, very sure that this relationship can be win-win for the globe. You see, a country with external debt of only 130 billion US dollars. Our percentage is much better than US debt to GDP, much better than UK, much better than Japan. But they have secondary markets. If they're to finance their external deficit, they simply float the paper, sovereign paper, and it's bought. So you see, we believe that the potential Pakistan has in IT, in AI, in mines and minerals. And by the way, the most conservative estimates of Pakistan's mines and minerals and the natural resources is $6 to $8 trillion. Now, Recordec is one. I'm glad that your Exim Bank is looking, World Bank is ready to finance the US entrepreneurs who are going to be involved. So this is one block. There's one study which says that Pakistan is likely to be the fourth richest offshore gas country. So we have advertised 40 blocks. Most welcome. Let the American, investors and entrepreneurs come and start explorations. So, we want, we are not pick and choose. We are open, and we want our friends, our American, these natural resources were not flagged or highlighted in the way these have been now. And we had a serious problem. But 2017, only in 3.5 years, we not only fixed our all macro indicators, economic indicators were fine, inflation was low, 3.59, growth was 6.3, highest forex reserves, and 24th global economy in the world. Unfortunately, what I call natural, we all know COVID, natural and human pandemic in Pakistan. I add the human pandemic because it was a mishandling in the next 2018-22 Pakistan economy. And we landed as 47th. We declined from 24th to 47th global economy. So this government is committed to take it back. So while we have stabilized the economy, now we are working for the growth and take the economy now towards the right direction. So there's a great potential for friends, American friends, to look into Pakistan market. Well, let me frankly share with you. I am known, if you find out from, I'm in Pakistan Parliament for last almost 32 years. I've been twice a member of the lower house, National Assembly of Pakistan. This is my 5th term in the Senate of Pakistan. I've been leader of the opposition in Senate. I'm currently leader of the House for the last few years. So I was known a reconciliator. 2014, Imran Khan's party, 126 days of sit-in, political sit-in, in 2014 in Islamabad, which actually hampered our economic growth and caused a lot of loss. I'm the one who actually, on behalf of the government at that time, negotiated with my colleagues, the ceasefire, I will call it, the domestic ceasefire, political ceasefire. So they wound up and everything fine. You see, when you take the state on and you pick up the arms and you do things what happened on May the 9th, unfortunately, a man like me cannot even do anything. The due process of law has to take place, which is in progress. So I think we should not criticize anything. For example, if I say that Afia Siddiqui is here for decades and going to be God knows till when, so I think I will be unfair. If your due process for law, has resulted in that action, the same applies to everybody. So there's no exception. If you are popular political leader, it doesn't give you license to pick arms, to provoke public, and to go and attack the security installation of a country. This is nothing but treason.
Do you have any regrets or second thoughts about how Pakistan has dealt with the Taliban over the years in Afghanistan? And did you underestimate or miscalculate, perhaps, about how the Afghan Taliban would operate once in power?
Well, first of all, let's talk about TTP, Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. And I have regrets. I am concerned Pakistani. I just explained to you, perhaps one of the most disturbed Pakistani would be myself, who spent hundreds of billions between 2014 and 2017 to eliminate this menace. It is a great friend we talked about, his government. They just released the hardened criminals, over 100. They opened the borders, 35 to 40,000 TTPs came back. The Talibans came back, they're resurrection. But we haven't given up. We have restarted this program because it was a political party which did it in 2014, 2017, cleans up. We'll do it again. But yes, as a country, decision was, in my opinion, with hindsight, the most unfortunate one. Should not have. Neither those hardened criminals should have been released, who are now these suicidal bombers leaders, group leaders, nor the borders should have been reopened for all these Talibans to come free. And I don't know whether you remember somebody said that I am only here in Kabul for a cup of tea. That cup of tea has caused us the resurgence of the militants in Pakistan, unfortunately.